welcome back to another episode of, you guessed it, Love Angels Making an Impact. I have a very special love angel for you all today. And as you know, all of my love angels are lovely and beautiful, and I love them all for different reasons. But I'm really excited for this love angel you're about to meet. And I decided to wear a little Tabitha Brown for her because when I think of this woman, I think of color. She exudes color, and you're about to see that in a second. And make sure you guys go and get you some, Target.com. All right, so I'm about to bring her in. You already know what to do. Round of applause. 1 second. I dropped something. Okay, now let's get back into it. Welcoming Camille Davis. Give her a round of applause. Here she comes. 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 Yay! There she is. All right.
Wonderful, Shamika.
The love angels are applauding you right now. Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
I can. That's so awesome. Thank you.
Welcome to Love Angels Making an Impact. How are you, girl?
I am so good. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm so excited to talk with you today.
Yes, I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. I was just telling my love angels that when I think of you, I think of color. And I couldn't pick a color, so I wore them all just for you.
Oh, that's awesome.
Pink.
Lovely. Oh my goodness. I love it.
The Tabitha Brown. Part of the
beautiful.
Thank you. And I love your pink. See, love angels? I told you she exudes color all through and through. Okay. So, are you excited for the conversation?
I am so excited. Let's do it.
Okay. Well, you know me, I like a good icebreaker. So we're about to play a few little games, you know.
Okay.
Okay. So first question, this is actually, would you rather? I don't know if you've played this before. All right, let's see. Would you rather be without internet for a week or without a phone for a week?
That's very hard.
I know.
They kind of go hand in hand in my world.
I know.
I would say without the phone.
The phone.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think. Phone for me. I think I can go without the internet.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's kind of hard. It depends on what's going on. It depends on the season. Okay.
Yeah, it's a difficult choice.
I guess like to reach my mama and
right.
So I need the phone. I could send them an email, but she won't check her email. So yeah, I might need the phone.
You need the phone. Yeah. The phone is important.
Okay. For your birthday, would you rather receive cash or gifts?
Gifts.
Love angels, pay attention.
Yes, gifts.
Gifts. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Let's see. Would you rather go to a movie or to dinner alone?
I've done both in the past. A movie.
A movie. Okay.
Yeah.
That's actually something I've always said I was going to do. I never did. Like when I was growing up, I'm like, oh, I could put a coat on the chair so it looked like somebody's with me. I'm like, just go on your solo date. Now I would do it for sure.
I love it.
Yay. All right. Would you, I'll do like one more. Ooh, there's two. Okay. Would you rather always say everything on your mind or never speak again? That's a good one. Would you rather always say everything on your mind or never speak again? Well, I got to think about this myself. Never speak again? Me?
Wow.
I probably would say everything on my mind knowing me because I'll go crazy.
Yeah, never speak again is kind of harsh. I don't think I'd choose that one. It's like never speak again? I don't know about that. Say what's on my mind.
Yeah, because the way.
How about you?
Yeah, because the way the way my mouth moves. You guys know I talk fast. I'm like, I don't know if I can stop talking.
Right.
And I mean, you can talk to yourself. No, never mind. Okay, this is the last one.
Okay.
Would you rather read an awesome book or watch a good movie?
Read an awesome book. Not into movies too much. So
Oh yeah, I think I
yeah.
know that about you. Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And let's see. Okay, that's it. All right, ready to get in the
Okay.
conversation?
Yes, let's
Yeah.
go.
Okay. So what do you currently do as far as work? Some examples: student, teacher, stay-at-home mom. If you have multiple hats, please share.
I do have multiple hats, and that's a great question. I believe in multiple streams of income, just in case, right?
Mhm.
So I'm an IT consultant by trade, and what I really do is I train people. So I'm a master trainer. I am called in to fill in gaps in training at large healthcare organizations. I I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it because I'm from a healthcare background, so it's kind of like the best of both worlds for me.
Mhm.
And I'm also a life coach. And specifically, who I coach is women who know they're meant for more. And it's been kind of a transition or an evolution, I should say, for me,
Yeah.
doing more of confidence coaching for women. So those are the two things that I do.
Nice. Oh, and I didn't say this at the beginning, but I didn't do an official bio because you guys are going to be sharing your bio as we go through the conversation.
Okay, awesome. Sounds good.
By the way, I love your hair. Love Angels.
Oh, thank
Comment
you.
below. Is her hair blonde? Okay. I had to say that before we continue. All right.
Aw.
So out of every job you've ever had, which one brought to you or brings you the most joy and why? I think you kind of said it a little while ago, but.
Out of every, so,
And it could be the
okay.
past, it could be now, like.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the past a little bit. I really do enjoy what I do now, but um previously, right out of college, I held a job at Whole Foods when they were just, I don't know, they were like maybe 18 years into inception and they were starting to build stores. And I was living in DC at the time. So all of you from the DMV, hey.
Hey.
um, and so it was kind of like my first real job, right? And it was in management, so I learned a lot of management and leadership skills. And we had basically ownership of our department. And so that's a lot of responsibility for like a 20-something-year-old. So a lot of lessons learned.
Yes.
And because we had ownership, I was able to bring in various vendors. So we brought in a lot of local vendors, and we were one of the first stores to carry Carol's Daughter. I don't know if you're familiar with Carol's Daughter.
That was what I used when I first went natural. That hair mix,
Yes.
that was me.
Yes.
Wow.
So we were one of the first stores to bring her in. I contacted her. We worked, she was a vendor of ours. And that was exciting to me because I'm like, we need to see more of us in the stores.
Yes,
so yeah, so
that
was a really awesome, that was an awesome job. I learned a lot there.
Nice. Did you get discounts?
We did.
You still get them?
No, I know, right?
That would be great. Thing, right?
Right.
That's awesome.
I learned a lot at that store. I learned a lot about healthcare and nutrition and wellness. And a lot of that I carried over to this day. So yeah.
Yeah, and I love Whole Foods.
Oh yeah.
This is one of my sister friends right here, Love Angels, and we talk all the time. And I'm always like, I'm at Whole Foods like every other day.
Yes.
So, I forgot that you had gave me some advice a while back about my
about becoming a vendor there.
Yeah. So
don't forget to look into it. Yeah.
All right. What are you passionate about doing now on a daily basis? This can be personally, professionally, or both.
Gosh. So I am a student of psychology and self-development and just all around human design. So on a daily basis, I'm probably trying to absorb something about those three topics, you know, just bettering myself. How can I better women as a whole? So transitioning that into business, right? Because That's what I work on for myself, but that transition into business life as well, because I'm really passionate about helping women
Yeah, you
to
are.
understand themselves. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's awesome. I love it.
yeah.
Okay, so it's praise report time. Woo!
God is so good.
God is so good all the
Yes,
time.
he is.
Won't he will? Okay,
Yes.
bring back. So I know God has been blessing you in mighty ways, and you've shared some of that just now. Would you mind giving my love angels a quick snippet of some of the amazing opportunities He has blessed you with? It can be now, over the years, an open door, projects, that He's.
So like I said, God is so good. It's so much.
I know.
He's always showing up and he's always right on time. And I feel like he gives us exactly what we need, exactly when we need it,
Yes.
even though we might feel differently or be on a different path in our life,
Time.
right? He knows best. So, I mean, I'm sure you can resonate with that, right? Um, so, I once did a workshop with a prayer vision box. And a lot of people do vision boards. And I really liked this idea because the facilitator of the workshop said that really what you're doing is your visions are prayers to God. And that was so aligned with who I am. And so I really took to it. And so after doing that, so many amazing things have been happening. Right now, to be honest, Shamika, I am working on what I feel God has revealed to me through these past 20 years of self-development for women. And so currently that's kind of like my passion project, what I'm working on, to be birthed soon. And I'm just so excited about it. I'm so excited about it because I feel like, how you do something or you're on this path and you're navigating and you really don't understand why you're going through the paces that you're going through, right? And it's kind of like, well, God, show me the way, or show me what I'm supposed to be doing. Or sometimes you're in the valley of confusion and you're like, should I be doing this? Or should I be doing that?
That was me a couple of weeks ago, because there's so many things
Right?
we're doing. I'm like, okay, am I supposed to be doing this now in this season at all? All good things ain't God things. Is this what you're calling me? Girl, I have to.
Right. So sometimes we don't really know, right? And we're just walking through and navigating that path. But after some time passes, right, and you're looking back and you're like, oh my goodness, that is totally why God put me on this path, so that I could have these experiences.
Yes.
So that now in this current season, I can come to deal with the circumstance or understand it even better. So that's currently what's going on with me right now.
It's funny, that made me think of, and we'll understand it better by and by.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hindsight is a beautiful thing.
Amen. And you gave a little spoiler a little while ago, because that person you spoke on, she's actually going to be a guest too. I won't give no more, but you'll hear it. I like how you did it too. So that's amazing, everything that you're working on. But anything in particular that you've done recently that I've been a part of? Challenges,
I do challenges every so often. I did do a challenge recently for women. And as a matter of fact, though, I did a little micro class recently as well. And so it was exciting for me to share this information because I feel like it's something that we as women all struggle with. And so myself personally, I have struggled with self-doubt and confidence a lot. Even growing up, right? Like when I look back on it now, I'm like, this isn't a recent thing. Like, girl, you've been struggling with this for a while. Right?
The little girl is still in you and you're still going.
Yes, right? The little girl that went to school, who was on the bus, who got bullied sometimes, who was into anime, and that wasn't a really big thing back then, especially for girls that look like us, right?
Mhm.
And so yeah, so looking back on it, it's something that I've struggled with over the years. And so God just revealed to me the connection of all the things that I've struggled with and the point that I'm at now. And I really think it's just a universal thing because when I work with women, and we'll probably get on it later, um, how I work with women, but when women come to me and they want to work with me, they come to me for various reasons, right? I always say people hire a life coach for all different types of reasons.
Mhm. Yes.
But when we're working and we're starting to peel back the layers, the root cause of everything for every woman I've ever worked with now, and this is huge, right? Has
Yeah.
always been confidence. It's always been the confidence piece.
Yeah.
No matter whether I'm working with them through divorce or putting themselves out there for their business or their ministry or writing their, like whatever it is, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
At the bottom of it all is the confidence piece and feeling less than worthy or not enough or all the things that society tells us women that we are,
Yes.
right? So yeah, I do a number of challenges and workshops on that information now. Like that's my thing now. Like if you're gonna talk to me, that's what we're gonna talk about.
Yes. Yes. And what is your mantra in reference to confidence?
Yes, I have a personal philosophy. It's kind of like what I live my life by. And I really believe that courage is your currency. And when I say currency, a lot of people think money, right? Like that's the immediate thought. And while I am talking prosperity in some aspects, I'm really meaning holistically, right? Your currency as far as optimal health, your currency as far as emotional well-being,
Yeah.
like all of those things encompass us. And so not just the money piece, but that too.
Yeah. That's part of
Yeah,
it. That's not only.
yeah,
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
yes.
So I'm going to speak a little bit on spiritual gifts and talents. And then I have a question that will follow up behind that.
Okay.
And let's see. Just pretty much the difference, because everyone who's watching may not know what the differences are. So there are similarities and differences between talents and spiritual gifts. Both are gifts from God. Both grow in effectiveness with use. Both are intended to be used on behalf of others, not for selfish purposes.
Mm,
As the two great commandments deal with loving God and others, it follows that one should use his talents for those purposes. But to whom and when talents and spiritual gifts are given differs. A person, regardless of his belief in God or in Christ, is given a natural talent as a result of a combination of genetics. Some have natural abilities in music, art, mathematics, surroundings, growing up in a musical family, or
mhm,
because God desired to endow certain individuals with certain talents. And then it goes on to talk about some of the spiritual gifts. So in Romans 12:3 and 8, it speaks on prophecy, serving others, teaching,
mm,
leadership, showing mercy. These are some spiritual gifts. A few more from 1 Corinthians 12:8 and 11. Um, the working of miracles, prophecy, discerning of spirits, speaking in tongues. So now that I've given a little description on the both, what do you
mhm.
feel are some of your spiritual gifts and talents, and how are you using them for God's glory?
Oh, amazing. So I think some of my spiritual talents are are giving voice to things.
Mm,
So I think one of my talents is speaking. It's funny because in college, don't let me what was it? What was the class? Public speaking
Public
101?
speaking. Oh my gosh. Ain't
Girl.
nobody like that class. I'm not gonna do a paper. What? I gotta stand up here how long?
Oh my goodness. You
Girl.
talk about breaking out in hives, having to get up in front of people and talk. It wasn't and I don't know where that fear came from. I don't know where that fear came
Yeah,
from because as a young person, my mom was very keen on having me and my sister be involved in things and upfront and speaking. So we spoke a lot, like in front of people at the library and organizations and church, right? It wasn't a thing until I got to college, and then the fear kicked in.
Mm.
Um, but I do think that it is a talent of mine. Um, Being able to speak to people and clearly and concisely convey what I'm trying to
You
say
do
to
that
them.
very well.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and then if not, if there isn't an understanding, like if I'm not conveying myself enough, then being able to backtrack and try to, you know what I mean, explain. So I think that's one of my talents. Spiritual gifts, like you said, are very different.
Mhm.
I think one of my gifts is empathy, and the other one is visioning. And so when I say that to people, they're like, "What?" Well, when I say visioning, I just kind of mean I see things in people that they usually don't see in themselves.
Yes, that's
Yeah, yeah. And so, I've had a number of people who, just friends, not like clients per se, but who come to me and they're like, well, this thing, this thing, this thing. And I'm kind of like, well, I see you as doing this, or I see you as this type of person.
yeah.
So just a personal example I'll give, I won't call out any clients or anything,
Yeah.
but my son, I feel like, has the gift of speech too.
Mm.
He is he's very comfortable around people, and people are very comfortable around him.
Hmm.
And he has been in positions where he talks to people, where he counsels groups. He's
Oh,
been on the radio before to be interviewed.
like mother,
I
like
think this
son. Oh.
Yeah, I really think this is something that he's really just gifted at. He's awesome at it, but he doesn't see that.
Mm.
Yeah.
You've
So
told
the
him,
you know,
you've told
I
him,
can see it, but people need to see it for themselves.
yeah. You told him
Yeah.
that you saw it in him.
Yes.
You planted the seed. So I'm sure years later, he'd be like, this is what my mom was saying or what she saw in me.
Perhaps. Let's pray
Yeah.
that happens.
Yeah. I love that. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Um, so after sharing what you do as far as work, your passion projects, and praise reports, what do you feel is your true calling and purpose on earth? And I'm going to add to that. Let's say, because we know we serve a limitless God who can do exceedingly
Yes.
abundantly, right? So if
Yes.
there was anything you can do in this world and there was no limits, what would that be? So that'll be like part two to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, gosh, I'm thinking on the latter question now.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, what do you feel is your true calling and purpose? Let's start there.
Okay, true calling and purpose. Yes. I really believe at the end of the day, Shamika, I really want to help women actualize their profound purpose and prosperity.
Yeah.
And it's something that's been on my heart for a long time. I had this thing when I was younger, like, you know, I want to serve women. And it was probably stemmed from the fact that, I had a trying childhood. I was a young mom and had to drop out of college and, went through a couple of situations in my own personal life. And so maybe that's where that came from. Like, I want to help other women. I don't know. But it's always been a calling, just kind of like in my spirit. Like, I want to help other women, right? So they don't struggle as hard as I did, or they know that there's hope, or there's a light at the end of the tunnel. That is what I'm profoundly passionate about.
And we need that,
Eh,
like
yeah.
we need more women empowerment. So I feel that God definitely put that in you and you went through the experiences you went through
Mhm.
so that you can now help those people that you're desiring.
That's that hindsight, right? Right?
No,
That's that. I don't know why I'm on this
I don't
path.
know. Understand it better by and by. Oh, I get it now.
Right, exactly. It all ties together. So if there was no limits, if there was anything that I could do, um, gosh, I would just donate time to traveling to places
Oh,
to uplift women. I really would.
all
It
around the
doesn't matter.
world.
Yes, all around the world.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I like to ask that question because it's a way for us to see we're planting that seed right now. So who knows
Yes.
what's gonna happen for
All
you this year?
right.
You're like, oh, Shamika, guess what I did? Okay, so we're putting it up there, Lord, if it's in your will.
That's
That is
right.
beautiful.
Yes.
I could so see
Yeah.
that. Just touching the world.
Oh, it would be
Whoever all
amazing. It
around.
would just be an amazing experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm praying for God to make that happen for you.
Yeah. Thank you. You got to start at home though, right? So
Yes, and you're doing that.
plant, like you said, plant the
And the
seeds.
seeds, yeah.
Yeah.
And this will be the hindsight. Later on,
Right.
Oh,
Right.
look at that.
Like I talked to Shamika. We did that interview, and I told her that's what I wanted to do.
Yes.
Lord, thank you.
Kind of like the time capsules they did back in the, do they still do that?
I don't know.
I used to hear
I
about
don't
like, they take a videotape and put it in the ground and
Yes.
Am I dating?
No.
I'm like, wait a minute. Okay. So that is awesome. And praying in agreement. Love Angels is praying in agreement with Camille on that.
Yes.
So what legacy do you want to leave behind for your family, children, and grandchildren? If you have any.
I think about this question often. That's why I'm and I never really have like a good answer, I feel like, because I feel like God is still revealing it to me.
So in this season.
Yeah. So in this season, let's just say a legacy of love and empathy. If nothing else, I just want my family to be like, you know what? She was here and she gave to whom she came in contact with. And because of that, they were blessed. And I want them to take on that embodiment as well. You know what I mean? Like I want my sons to be giving, I want my sons to be giving people. And as I'm saying that to you in my spirit, you know, there was a situation, I think I might have shared this with you before, because me and Shamika talk a lot.
Y'all just get a little our conversation. Okay. Yes.
So my youngest son, we were walking down the street in New York City, and you know, in New York, there's homeless people sometimes on the streets and things like that, and so forth and so on. And he just was like, "Mom, you have to stop and get." He's begging for money. Like you gotta give him some money. And I was like, Jordan, I'm like, he's like, but mom, he's like homeless. You have to give him something. Yeah. And just that, you know, that empathy for other people. And so I think I planted the seed for that. So I'm happy about that.
I remember that story. That was so sweet.
Yeah.
When the child convicts you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, so this kind of coincides with the last question, but how would you like to be remembered when you leave this earth?
Gosh, just as someone who really served God and showed up. Somebody who showed up.
Who showed up.
Yeah.
I love
somebody
that.
who showed up.
And we're coming to a close. I have a few more questions, but what advice would you give my love angels out there who might be unsure of their calling, what to do, you know, what helped you, you know, get to that point?
Yes. So two things. One, like I said, I'm a student of self-development.
Yes, you are.
And someone suggested to me a really long time ago to take the strength test. So I don't know if you've heard of that or not, but it's kind of like, you know, like these Gallup poll, well, not a poll, but tests where you answer the questions and based on your answers, they tell you like what type of person you are.
Yes.
And I did that many, many moons ago. And some of the things were like beliefs. I'm big on beliefs and empathy and listening and things of that nature. So I would say to people who are not sure, right, to get a little insight as to what you're strong in, to take the strengths test. You can Google it online, it'll come up for you. But I've never really wavered from those things. It was like completely accurate. So
same with
I'm like, wow,
it's kind of scary,
it's
like
a really on point test.
How did this test really just
right
the whole story?
Exactly.
Like, how you know me?
Right.
Right?
Where'd you find that
Like,
out
how
from?
did you get here?
Right,
Why they supposed to be
exactly.
here? What you talking about? Yes.
So that's
That's
one,
great
and that was
advice.
many moons ago, like I said. And then the other one is my belief is that your divine gifts are really what people come to you all the time for.
This woman has said that to me. And there's some projects coming forth that she said, if someone keeps asking you the same thing, and I've been holding that and I've been sharing that with people saying it's connected to my divine destiny. So thank you for
Yes,
planting that seed in me.
yes, you're welcome. And I'm so excited to see it come forth. I
Yeah.
cannot wait. I cannot wait. I want to be there front and center. I'm like, yes.
Yes.
But yes, the things that people ask, the things that people come to you for, right? Like different people, and especially consider people who are not even really connected. So I'm not saying like everybody in your family or anything like that. I'm saying different people that you meet throughout your journey at different seasons in your life,
Mhm.
right? What do those people come to you for? And if you look at it in totality, you'll be able to see a common thread. Those are your
Yeah.
divine gifts. Yeah.
That is great advice. And I know my love angels are going to be like, I'm going to do that. So thank you so
Yeah.
much for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So I have a little bonus question. So, I have
Yes.
a theme every year. And this is my year of restoration and multiplication. So is there any
Yes.
theme or something you're living by this year or that you want to live by for the rest of the year?
Yes. And yes, there is. Emphatically, yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Um, so my last workshop was called Evolve. And somebody just told me Sarah Jakes has a book
Mhm.
um called I don't remember the name, forgive me, but someone was telling me after that, they're like, oh, Sarah Jakes has a book and it has Evolve in the title. So now I have to go and look
Gotta
for
get
it
that
because I
book.
do
Gotta get
like
that book.
her.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all about evolution and elevation. And so I think
Mm.
I can't separate the two because they're synergistically they
The double E's.
synchronize with each other.
Double E.
So
Evolution and elevation.
yeah, yeah.
I like that.
Evolution. We all, we're ever evolving people, especially
Every
as
day.
women.
Yes.
We go through so many life experiences and changes, and the growth is unbelievable to me. When I look back, like in my 30s and my 40s, I'm 50 now,
Does she
and I
look at
feel like,
y'all? Comment below. Like she's over here going 34. We're
oh,
like,
thank
everyone
you.
thought you was in that age range. Okay.
Yeah, but I feel like, those seasons, those years, you learn so much and you change so much. You're not the same person you were a decade ago.
I ain't the
Maybe
same
not
person I
even
was
6 months ago.
yesterday.
Right? So yeah,
So true.
we learn, we grow, we synergize the information that comes to us. So yeah, those two words.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as we come to a close, I just have to say thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. This has been a pleasure.
I know. I don't want it to end.
Yeah.
So how can my love angels, find all things Camille Davis?
Yes. Oh, guys, I would love to connect with any of you at Coach Camille Davis on Instagram, on Facebook,
Love
wherever.
angels. It's in the description below. So,
Thank you so much. Yes.
and I
And I
just,
would love to connect.
yes, she is amazing. Love angels. I told you, you get to see it for yourself, but I can't thank you enough
Oh,
for being a part of this
thank
episode.
you.
Thank you for the impact that you are doing in this world for God's glory. And I just pray that God continues to cover you, enlarge your territory, and just that you receive abundance of blessings.
Thank you, Shamika. I appreciate it so much.
You're welcome. And I'll talk to you soon because we're going to
All
talk.
right.
Okay? Thank you again. And we'll see her at Live at 5. So stay tuned, Love Angels, for that notification when that time comes. All right.
It'll
Thank
be
you,
fun.
Camille.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, Love Angels. Isn't she great? Wasn't she great? And I'm not kidding you. All right, go down. Okay, I'm not kidding you. We do talk like all the time. I'm just so thankful for God's divine connections, you know? She's definitely one of them. And you see the amazing work that she's doing in this world for God's glory. And I truly ask you all to pray in agreement for her to touch women all around the world. I feel that if God planted that desire in her heart, it will come to pass. So, you know, where 2 or 3 are gathered, and you all are gathered here with me. So I just ask that you pray in agreement for that. Thank you all for thank you all for watching another episode of Love Angels Making an Impact. Please leave your comments again, questions, concern, anything below. I would love to hear from you. And I will see you all on the next episode. God bless. Please don't tell me you thought that this was the end. In the words of my daddy, silly boy or girl. That's right, the conversation continues with an after party on Instagram entitled Live at 5, where we are going to continue the conversation. We're going to do some live Q&A, and we're also going to give away some giveaways. How about that? So make sure you are staying plugged in. The only way you're going to know when we're going live is if you're following me on For God's Glory on my Instagram. So my handle is the number 4, GODS Glory. And I will see you over there at the party. Hey, hey, see you there.